up, beautiful people, and welcome back to the channel. You know the brand P&Z Life Coaching. You know the man, Coach Mike James, and I'm back again with another dope episode of Black Business Booming. I'm so excited to let you all meet and find out, and even for myself to find out about my awesome guests. But before I do that, listen, I know this guest and who sent her my way. So I know all of you is probably seeing my face for the first time. So stop what you're doing right now. Subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe. And as you're watching this interview, like and share it with somebody because I know you're going to enjoy it. So if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Don't be a stranger. Let me know where you're coming from. So go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button now. So I'm going to jump right into it. Black Business Booming. I'm excited. It's been a while. So I'm excited about my guests, excited to be here for another episode. So without further ado, I'm going to take a moment to let my awesome guest introduce herself. So just tell us your name, where you're from, and any kind of background and information before we get all up in your business.
All right. My name is Lori. I go by Lori the artist. I am a self-taught multimedia artist. I paint. I'm a mom. I have a 3-year-old, and that's it. I run my business. It's called Lori Studios.
Lori Studios, nice, dope. And Lori, where are you? Where you work out of? What state? Where are you from?
I'm based in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania.
Okay, yeah. All right, Philly, awesome. And
Mm-hmm.
Lori just shared with me. I love it because she says she does a lot of work out in nature. Even before we got started, I'm like, I love that. I love nature. So Lori was telling me also about your bird family. So they're making an appearance. they're letting us know they're cheering you on in the background. I love it.
Yeah, they're here.
Awesome. So Lori Studios. So for everybody watching or have an artist, I love Black Business Booming because I tell people whether you're an author and an artist, whatever that may be, any type of artist, singing, art as you do, anything, a business, personal services, whatever, I love it because it's just that platform and that space to share Black businesses that are booming. And so Lori, just tell us, when did you start your business and what inspired you to do that? What inspired you to do so?
So I started it, what is that, 2020 or a little bit after they first locked us down for COVID. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Oh, good.
So I started in 2020, a little bit after they just put us in lockdown for COVID. I honestly, I've been painting for a really long time, but I've always been scared or nervous to share my artwork with other people. But my cousin, she really pushed me and kind of motivated me to just go ahead and jump in and do it. So it started there. We had a little photo shoot on my dad's back porch, actually, because I used to paint outdoors at his house before I moved on my own. So that was just always the thing I did. I painted outside. So we just took some pictures of me painting outside, posted them on Instagram, and that was that.
It took off from there. That just lets you know that it's talent right there. You know, if something that just comes out the blue like that and it catches on, I love that. And another testament to how so many people, actually the pandemic was a catalyst for so many people to do stuff. You know, we had to tap into that creative side. It's
I had nothing but time. Yeah.
Right. I got time. What am I gonna do? You know, you can hone in on any craft that you have, and as you did, turn it into a business. So I love that. So as you think back, right, to 2020, right? We're on lockdown, and that first time just somebody posting your work. And now thinking ahead or to that point where it's say, okay, I can do this. I can make a business out of this. So if you think back to that, what was one of the most challenging things that you faced in forming your business or how that would look?
I had no idea what I was doing. I had no clue how to run a business. I didn't know anything about LLCs. I didn't know anything about marketing, about finance, none of that. I didn't know anything. So I had to learn. I had to start from the ground, basically. I had to do my research, learn what LLC was. My cousin, the one that was pushing me, she knew. So she was able to help me with that. But then when it came to marketing, promoting, even making a logo for my business, I didn't know what I was doing. It was all what is it? A trial and error process for me.
Yeah.
And I tend to get frustrated pretty easily. So that was difficult, but I was able to, kind of work through all of those things and figure it out.
Yeah. That's dope. I mean, because I think most people, and it's almost like that failure to launch, right? Most
Yeah.
people think that whether it's business or anything, to make that next
Mhm.
step, I gotta have it all together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, well, guess what? Nobody had it all together
Mhm.
unless it wasn't their
Yeah.
first time around the track, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I love
But
that
I think
idea
that's
when I
like
hear
the best
people.
part of the process, like learning how to do everything. Like it was frustrating, but I enjoyed it. I feel like
Mm,
I grew a lot as a person, not just in my business. I learned a lot about myself in all of that, trying to figure out those things. So I feel like that's a big part of the whole journey is like learning all those things that you didn't know before.
wow, the journey. Man, I mean, we could end it right there. That's it. Right there in a nutshell. Like it's a journey. And I encourage people all
Yeah.
the time to start that journey because that's like you said, that's the beauty of it. You learn from the experiences. And this is the awesome thing about it. You hear this, right? But it's so true. It's your baby. And so the
Yeah.
ups and downs, it's like, okay, this is my brainchild. This is I can deal
Mhm.
with some of those days, where
Mhm.
it's not going as I want or I learned something the hard way. So
Mhm.
I love that. So now, Lori, for you, as you think about now from 2020 to now, running your business, what would you say is what are the day-to-day challenges that you face in running your business?
On a daily basis, I mean, so I run it by myself. So I don't have like a team or anything. So from like creating everything, again, like the marketing, the promoting, I have to do all of those things on my own. So I think the biggest challenge is just staying organized. Kind of separating my roles. Like I have to start my day as the artist, but then I have to turn into the marketing manager, and then I
Mm-hmm.
have to turn into the promoter, and like I got to change my hat every couple hours. So I think that's the most difficult part. But again, it's super rewarding. It feels good to be able to do all of those things for myself.
Yeah, yeah, that idea of those hats, those multiple hats.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a one man, one woman show, people don't realize.
Yeah.
Listen, the time it takes, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the big thing. Why you have to have that comfort in charging for your time, for
Yeah.
your service, and your
Yeah.
value, because it's a lot that you pour into it, right?
Yeah.
Being that one person, you got to switch roles. Okay, now oh, the art, the passion. I gotta now be
Yeah.
boss.
Yeah. It's
Gotta
like
be
you work a
marketer.
9 to 5 and you have one position when you work a job, but you're working 24 hours a day when you're running your own business. There's no, you know what I mean? Like you don't have just an
Mm-hmm.
8 to 10 hour shift or whatever. Like you have to work all day long. Like you have to be committed to what it is you want to do.
Yeah, yeah,
And
one
those
hundred
hats.
percent. Yeah, exactly. Because it's like even when you think you're done, you're still thinking about okay, what can I do?
Yeah.
What can I do
Mm-hmm.
better? What's
What's
next?
next? Mm-hmm.
Right. It's no clocking out. It's like
No.
overtime. You're in a constant state of overtime. All right.
Yeah.
I oh, I mean, Lori, what if we could just get paid overtime as entrepreneurs for
For
for the time
sure.
that we spent
For sure.
outside of just working? So man, that would
Mm-hmm.
be amazing. So you talked about that, the challenges, right? And wearing the hats and being able to change between those hats, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
organization of when do I do this and
Yeah.
stepping away from the passion to what's going to make the business grow and flow. So
Mm-hmm.
now on the flip side of that, what's one of the most satisfying things about your business and that thing that make all this we've talked about to this point worthwhile?
There's two things I can think of off the top of my head. The first being just, of course, being able to do what I love every single day. My job is to paint every single day. I get to create things every single day, and I love that. But the best part is, again, as I mentioned, I do have a 3 year old, and she's an artist too. I get to paint with
Nice.
her. Yeah, I get to share that with her. She paints out here with me all the time. She has all her little paintings all over the house. So I think that's my favorite part of the whole thing is being able to share it with my kids.
Yeah, that's the literal seeing the fruits of your labor. Like,
Yeah,
man, at 3,
literally.
being able to do that, yeah, being able to do that and love it. And it's like, yeah, I don't know if you have this happen, but sometimes you just sit back and say, wow, you watch her doing her
Yeah,
thing, and it's like, wow,
every
I,
time.
I created, I created that. I just think about that and seeing it. Like how that must feel to be able to see your daughter doing something that you're passionate about and kind of carrying that
Yeah.
on. So that's huge, man. So for the person watching, right? um, I'm a coach and speaker, and I love interacting with people, and so Black business owner, you yourself, an artist, you're doing it now, and now you've passed it on. Something that was just birthed from the pandemic and being locked down. Like, okay,
Yeah.
time for me to tap into my creative bag, right? And now you turn it to a
Mm-hmm.
business. So for that person watching, that young woman, that young man watching, or just that person who's sitting on that next business idea in their head, what is the advice that you would give anyone that's watching this, and as to starting a business or entrepreneurship in general, or the day to day, any advice you would give someone that wants to get into entrepreneurship?
So for myself right now, the little catchphrase I've been using is just do it anyway. Do it anyway.
Mm,
So I had a tendency to kind of let myself be afraid. I let certain fears hold me back, like, oh, what are people gonna think? Or what if this doesn't work out? But if you sit in that constant state of fear, you're never gonna know. Nothing's ever gonna come out of it. So you have to just release those fears, release that anxiety, and just do it. And just put yourself out there, just go for it.
yeah.
Stop holding yourself back.
Ooh, that part. Stop holding. Listen, y'all. Y'all heard Lori say, "Stop holding yourself back." Somebody's
Yeah.
watching this, and it's like, okay, mm, that thought.
Mhm.
It's almost like that imposter syndrome, right? Or that thought
Yeah.
on our shoulder, just saying, like, "Can you really? Well, are you
Yeah.
really that good? Can you be an artist? Can you do this?
Mhm.
Is this for real? This is just a hobby for you."
Yeah, no,
So
I
all
think the
those
worst thing
thoughts, right?
anybody can do is just not do whatever it is any idea that you have, no matter how small, how big, whatever, just put it out there. You never know what could happen. Like, I didn't think anybody was going to care about my artwork when I posted it, but they did. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
paid off. Like it's working.
Wow. I mean, over 50, over 50 Black Business Booming interviews now that I've done. And I think when I ask that question, that is one of the things that most have said, like, do it, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
do that thing that you're wanting to do,
Mm-hmm.
that dream that you have. And one of my quotes that I've used since high school, I say, life is like Nike, just do it. Like, literally, just do it. And in the coaching space, when I teach, one of the things we share is that quote of feel the fear and do it anyway. Like, sometimes,
I
like,
like that.
sit with it. Yeah, sit with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what is that fear? All right, take note. I don't know if anyone's gonna I don't know if anyone's gonna call or sign up for my coaching, blah, 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 blah. But feel the fear, do it anyway, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
the backside of that is that worst case scenario. If I don't, nothing changes. The
Yeah,
world
try
doesn't get to
something else.
see there it is. And the world doesn't get a chance to see the beautiful creation that you make every time you put your creation to canvas. So man, I love that just do it. Like, really, that's easier said than done. But
Yeah, for
literally
sure.
do it. Do it. So Lori, when you I know one of the things there is I saw in the beautiful work that you have behind you. I recently, because do my research, and I saw you did a reel. So for people that's out there that's wondering, like, how they can connect with you and get in touch with you, where can they find your work and be able to connect and see just all the beautiful creations that you make?
So my website for, like purchasing and stuff is loristudios.art, not .com, .art. And then Instagram, of course, lori.theartist on Instagram. And then my business page is lori.studios. So you'll find everything in all of those places.
Nice, nice. So any specials or any information that you want people to know about specifically your art and what you do, like kind of it that I guess people say kind of that the thing that's on their mind when they put their work out there. So any information about your art or that you would want people to know when they see, now when they connect and see your art, see your work, what is it that you want people to know when they see your work?
Um, Really, I just tell everybody like expect the unexpected. I don't make like traditional portraits or like anything like that. It's pretty much all like abstract. I call it chaos. Like I like to call my artwork chaotic because I just do whatever I'm feeling at the time. So if you're looking for portraits and stuff, that's not what you're gonna find here. Like all of my artwork is pretty crazy, but I don't know, it works for me. I like it. And there's
Yeah.
the bag.
I love, you know what though? I love that. And I was hoping that you said that because I don't know if it was your website or your Instagram where I saw that chaotic. And I think there's a lot of times beauty and structure in chaos because it
Yeah,
comes from a particular
yeah.
place, right? You know, that passion comes out when you let the chaos flow. And
Mhm.
so I love that. So Lori Studios, Lori the artist, as you think about the future and where you're headed, what's next for you, or where do you want your art and your business to go?
So what's next in a literal sense? I do have an art show coming up. It's my first one in Philly, my first one at home, in September. So I'm really excited for that. It's on September 9th. And then, moving forward, I really just hope to put on more shows, have more showcases, because I'm starting to get, more comfortable, of course, with people seeing my stuff online. Now I want people to come and see it in person. I have more merchandise on the way. I have some like t-shirts and hoodies that are currently in production. So there's that. I'm trying to, find other ways that people can um, get that artwork rather than just buying like these huge. I make pretty big pieces, and I know everybody's not gonna want to order a crazy big piece. So I have like prints, the t-shirts, hoodies that are gonna be up on the website on loristudios.art. Yeah, I'm trying to, make make different ways for other people to get their little piece of Lori Studios.
Nice.
I want
I love
everybody to
that.
have some chaos.
Right, man. Come on now. Let's bring some beautiful chaos into this chaotic world. Positive
Yeah.
chaos, right? That creates
Yes.
creates beauty and opens up the imagination. I really do love it. And I know a few weeks back when we first connected and you gave me your information, I looked at the site and your Instagram. I'm like, wow, this is dope because I,
Thank you.
I don't like to. I tell people this, Lori, if it was a picture in the old school Encyclopedia Britannica of Jack of all trades, the master of none, it would have Mike's face by it. It would be me. But art is one of the things I always love. I grew up doing art, did 4 years of art in high school. My thing was drawing. So art and music, a musician. So that, it really speaks to me. And I think I appreciate more um abstract, right?
Yeah.
Abstract and not so much like formless kind of art and stuff creation. So
Yeah.
again, that's what jumped out to me when I saw chaotic. It's kind of your mode. I love it. And just to let you know, people, when she says chaotic, there is beauty in how she creates the art. So definitely I'm going to
Thank
have
you.
all the info. You're welcome. I'm going to have the info in the description below the video. Make sure you connect with her. And Laura, just got to give a shout out to Simone.
Yeah,
She's awesome. She's so
she
awesome.
is.
She's, Simone, I know you're gonna watch this, so shout out to you. I think I told you before we started the interview that she sends people my way. I'm a coach, but I also teach for a coaching school. She's always referring people there, and every time I teach a class and they'll send me a message like, "Hey, Simone told me about you. I'm glad I got your class."
That was me.
Yeah, I'm like, Simone is so dope. It's always,
Yeah.
it's not just that one time thing. It repeatedly
Yeah,
happens.
she's
So
continuously supportive. Yeah,
yeah, it's so amazing. And so I love it. So I had to give a shout out to her and for
for
just
sure.
continuing to connect me with dope people. And that goes for you as well. I just appreciate you for doing this, taking the time to share with me and my audience just a little bit about your Black business that's booming.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate you taking up the time to do this with me.
Yeah, no doubt. So, Lori, what's the last thing you want to leave the people with? Any closing thoughts or anything that you want to leave the people, all those that are watching, anything to leave them with?
Really, I just want to circle back to you know, if you have an idea, if you have a product, if you have whatever it is that you're sitting on that you're afraid to put out there, take off that seatbelt and just jump in, go ahead and do it, because you really never know where it can take you. And there's probably somebody out there that's waiting for you to do it that needs whatever it is that you have, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
The,
just go ahead, do it anyway. Let go of that fear.
mic drop. I love that, because that part of what you said, that's what I always work with my clients on. Like, what if that very person that needs what you're offering, that thing that you have, what if that's the very thing they need and they're waiting on you?
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
wow, okay, I don't think about that, because it's, it's my passion and it's
Mm-hmm.
you. We think about ourselves so much in terms of the work we got to do and
Yep.
all the thoughts. And I talked about imposter syndrome, right? But
Yeah.
the flip side of that is somebody's waiting for Lori's art to change
Mm-hmm.
their perspective, their mindset. Somebody's waiting for Mike's coaching or speaking, and that right
Mm-hmm.
there is kind of my fuel to keep doing
Mm-hmm.
it.
And I like to tell myself too to change those like negative what ifs, like, oh, what if this doesn't work? What if nobody likes it? Into more positive thoughts. You have to train your brain too, like to think
Mm,
more positive. What if it does work out? What if somebody does like this? What if I sell everything I have in the garage? Like, you have to think positive or it's not going to work out. I feel like the way we program our mind really does determine how our lives turn out.
mindset is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Laura, you just let me know when you go on your speaking tour, because I
Oh.
promise you that's the motivation people need. This is stuff I'm saying all the time in like my videos and motivating people, and a lot of how I work with my clients. Like, literally, it's the opposites game. We have,
Mm-hmm.
as humans in this world, we have a negativity bias, and so we always
Yeah,
think about what won't work and all of this, and nobody will. And it's the simple question of, what if they do? What if they love it?
exactly. What if it does?
What if it works, right? What if
Yep,
it's the catalyst that takes you in front of your gifts will make room for you, right? So what if it's the
exactly.
catalyst that's going to put you on those stages and places where you want
Mhm.
to be? So listen, listen, y'all. Look, if you haven't to this point, I know I look, I'm in the background right now just hitting like right. So like this video, share it with someone who needs motivation to get started, and just a positive message from someone that's doing something amazing. Again, Black business booming. This opportunity for me to highlight Black businesses that are in any stage of their business. I love it. I've had businesses that are just starting on here. I've had some that's well established at any place in their business. And so I love it. And again, Lori, just awesome. Love. So glad that you were able to do this and for sharing your story. So
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. All
Thank
right, people.
you.
Well, with that, you're welcome. With that, join us next time for another episode of Black Business Booming. Peace.